Today in this video I am going to explain about the React.js along with Java. The combination of the React.js along with Java is very good in this year. You can actually use both the combinations this year to 2026. React.js is a very good framework because everything you can declare as a components and you can reuse that. Even functions also you can declare as a constants and you can reuse them wherever you want. So they are very useful. The main use of React.js is this dynamic document object model. You can dynamically update the document object model DOM. So that is the main usage. If you want to go through, you can go through the React.js much, but now I want to explain simple project, the integration, the combination of the Java and React.js today. Okay, see, we are going to create a employee project. It is a plain Java project and we are using React. We are not using any Spring Boot, Spring or anything. It's a simple plain Java. Okay, backend is Java servlets, Tomcat server, and the communication is REST API using JSON. Server is Apache Tomcat. Front end is React.js. Now first thing is we need to install Apache Tomcat. We need to make sure it is up and running, and after that create a simple dynamic web project. You can use Eclipse or IntelliJ, it is up to you. Okay, so first thing is employee model. Since we are taking employee project, right? ID, name and email. There are only 3 attributes, you see, and set this value through constructor initialization, parameterized constructor, and you need to have a getters and setters as well. Okay, and employee servlet. So this is the REST API because I already told you we are not using any REST API using a Spring Boot or any other framework, where it is a plain Java REST API using a servlets. So @web servlet of inverted quotation / employees. We need to extend the HTTP servlet class, and after that we need to override 2 methods. One method is doGet method for get request, other method doPost for post request. Okay, we are going to declare a list of employee objects, and we need a JSON object as well, because we can actually convert the data into JSON or JSON using a JSON framework. So we need the dependency as well, so which is why we are importing com.google.json.json. We need to have that jar file in your class path. Okay, if you are using Maven or Gradle, any other project, you can actually include the corresponding dependency in pom.xml or Gradle dependency file. In doGet method, you see, we need to set the content type. So dealing with the JSON data, right, we need to set a respond.set content type applications like JSON, and character encoding UTF-8 standard. We need to set that. Okay, now JSON.toJSON, we are converting employee object to JSON. You see, after that we are actually writing that JSON to response object. So for doPost, what we need to do, we need a reader. First thing is we need to convert this JSON data into employee object, because we need to insert that into DB, right? And then you see, for every employee we are creating a counter value. We are increasing counter value because every object is a different. And after that we are actually saving. We are adding that employee to employees object. What is employees? It is a list. Okay, and after that we are actually returning in the response. So the thing is here, what happens when you call this REST API? So when you call this REST API, we are going to see here there is a, now when you, this is your backend servlet, you will append, you will make sure you will run this project, so it will run and it will listen, it will actually run on this particular port 8080 and our app name and /employees. This is the API, endpoint API. So if you are running this this your backend servlet, it will run on this particular port, and this is the host URL, API URL. And now this is app.js is a React.js. You see, import React, use effect, use state from React, import axioms from axioms. You see, we are using a React here, and we need to declare a variables constant, employees, name, email. For everything you need to have a setter method. You need to declare a setter method there, and assign is to use state of empty. Okay, this is how you declare it. And first thing is use effect, and inside that this empty brackets equal to your loading employees. Initially you are calling load employees function, and constant load employee function, you see what it is doing, axios dot get API, it is invoking API, and then whatever the data is coming, right, it is setting the data into set employees variable. So the data will be mapped to employees. You can see the constant of employees comma set employees use state. So as soon as the data is updated with the set employees, it will be mapped to employees variable. And add employees, you can see you want to post the data, so you're going to get a name and email. As I told you, the post, you can see here, post, we are actually converting this we are adding that employees object, right? And after that we are actually json.toJSON off. Again we are converting that to JSON and giving it a response. So we will get both name and email. Okay, and it will load the employees. It will set name, set email. You can see it will load the employees. Where is this? There are multiple employees. You will get a data, right? You will get a data for multiple employee objects in JSON. And here what you are doing, you are actually loading the employees data and setting the name and email values. So the both name and email will be set for the name variable and email variable. Here you can see in React.js. So here everything is dynamic. It is, we are updating only particular DOM element here. You don't need to update the entire DOM, you are just updating it. Okay. Now as soon as your application is running, first thing is loaded here. You see there are two input variables we are declaring. First is input variable is for input element is for name, next input element for email. You need to enter both name and email. If you are entering the name, you are going to call set name method. So it will update the corresponding name tag, name constant variable. Here also it will update the email constant variable. And there is a button element, on click equal to, you are calling a add employee function. As soon as you call this add employee, you go here, add employee, what it is doing, it is again calling the post URL of API. So it will sending name and email. Okay, and then it will update load employee set name and set email. So that way the data will be mapped to name and email. Load employees will be called, right? Here the load employees, what it is doing, it is updating the data to employees constant variable. So that is why here you are iterating the employees map. You are iterating the employees and getting the key and value. Key is employee ID, and you see value is employee name - employee mail. So that way you are reading it. So when the page is loaded for the first time, you will see the empty records. You don't see anything because there won't be any data. As soon as you click the add employee button, and then you will enter your both name and email, and that data will be mapped to the set name and set employee. Okay, and after that you are calling load employees. It will be refreshed and your data will be refreshed. It will be shown, latest data will be shown here. So this is how the React.js will work. You see everything here, input element, and you are returning the complete div tag inside a return method. You see, dynamically you are returning it, right? So this is the significance of the React.js. So this is a simple React.js example with a plain Java. You can also use it with the Spring Boot, Spring Framework, or any other framework. Java, Spring, React.js, you can use it basically. So most of the web application, full stack development, they are preferring to use React.js because they can dynamically object the DOM elements. That is the significance of it. You can go and see the React.js, one of the best frameworks. Okay, and you see, as soon as you runs your Java servlet, it will run up and run on 8080 port. Your React.js will run on localhost 303, localhost 3000. So your JS is different from your backend. The backend is running on localhost 8080. So React calls API. Initially the data will be 0. As soon as you click the add button on the page, so technically inside React calls the REST API, employees API, servlet API, the REST API, and from the servlet request will be processed and it returns the JSON. React updates the UI. Okay, so it returns the JSON and React updates the UI. So that is how the flow will happen. See, two things: you need to run your backend servlet on Apache Tomcat server, and you can run your app.js in one of the app.js using Node.js. Here we are using Node.js itself. See, front end they are running npx create react app employee, and they are going folder, and they are going npm install axioms. Okay, they are using Node.js here, npm. So that is why your UI is running on localhost 3000 and Java servlet is running on localhost 8080. So the React.js will call REST API. I told you, when it calls the REST API, it will first call the GET API, and so inside the React.js, load employees will get executed. Load employees will enter the empty data as soon as you click the add employee button. So here add employee object is calling a post API. So post API, what it will do, it will actually generate, it will give a JSON for us, and we are setting that data to employees constant variable, you can see. And after that we are reloading that, and we are showing the actual employee ID and employee name hyphen employee email. Okay, that is how it will happen. So we can also use JDBC data source. Currently we are just loading the data in memory. You can see there is no database here. Okay, just setting these values to the employee map. What is this employees? What is this employee? This is a list. You see, we declared it as a list of a list object. Okay, we are just setting all these values into list of in memory, and we are iterating it. This is just in memory data, just for example. But if you want to store it in database persistent, you need to create a database connection object. So you create an employees table, and here you are going to create a provide a JDBC MySQL localhost 3306 DB user ID password, and class loader is com.mysql JDBC driver. This is the class loader for MySQL database, and you need to return the connection object. So see here, public static connection get connection, it will return the connection object. So we're going to create employee data access object class here. So get all employees method, save employee method. There are two methods we need to do that. Get all employee, we are just using select star from employee. We have taken prepare statement and executing the prepare statement, getting the result set, iterating the result set, and finally we are actually adding the data to list. What is that list? It is the list of employees. Okay, that list is containing the list of employee objects. And now if you want to save it, we will receive only single object, employee object. We're going to use the insert statement here and prepared statement, and you need to set both get name, get email as the parameters, and execute update, it will update that. So now in your servlet you need to actually create an object for employee DAO. You see, earlier it was not there, now you are creating employee DAO. So for get method you need to get a DAO.get all employees method, because you need to call that method. You are reading the data from database here. And for do post you are actually saving employee object into database here. Okay, and your React.js stays almost same, no more changes here, you see. But make sure your servlet is running on localhost 8080, your app name /employees. Okay, and you see we have used a differently constant fetch equal to async keyword. Asynchronously we are calling this particular block fetch employee and add employees. Okay, and there is a directly, see the try black, we are calling post method here. Okay, initially load employees on page load. First it will load all the employees. Fetch employees method will be fetched, and what it will do, it will actually add the data to employees list. From the employees list we are iterating the employees list, you see here, and we are actually doing it. Okay, and you see here we're going to call add employee. Add employee method, you see here, add employee method, when you click on add employee, it is almost same. You are calling a post method, and it will post the data. It will set the name, set email, and set error if any error is there, and fetch employees. It's calling a fetch employees. Okay, when you are posting it, it will save the data, right? Fetch employees, you are calling fetch employees. The data will be saved here. So whenever you are calling these employees, if you are calling do post of your servlet, it will save the employee directly to the database, not just a memory. Okay, it will save that to directly to the database here. You can see here DAO.save employee of when you are calling do post. Okay, this is simple programming using a JSON, simple employee dashboard app, where you are just adding employees and I hope you understand this, and thank you for listening.